What is up, everybody? I am Sinister Plague Doctor, and this is our very first episode of Brain Overload. Here joining me today are my co-hosts, Blade Eclipse Dog and Swerve DC. And I hope you guys
Hello.
enjoy. Make sure to sub to the channel.
Boom.
That was
You guys,
fun.
how's
Thank
it
you.
feel? We're on our first podcast.
It feels really good. I'm excited. I can't stop smiling. I've wanted a podcast for like
Surreal.
6 years. This is insane. This is cool. How you guys doing?
Doing well. You know, me and Swerve, we just finished the hot challenge yesterday. I don't know how Swerve ain't burning up yet.
Dude, for real. I still have yet to do my business. I guess my stomach's just, I don't know if it's handling it or what. I'll probably feel it later here.
Oh yeah, always. It's like Taco Bell.
During the podcast runs.
No, guys, I gotta go.
So, what made you want a podcast so bad, Sinister?
I don't know. It's just like probably around 2017, I started really getting into podcasts like Joe Rogan and Rooster Teeth and stuff like that. And just always like the concept of sitting around with friends just talking. It's just fun. So I always wanted to have a podcast of my own. I've actually had multiple ideas for multiple podcasts, but yeah, I'm just excited to do it.
Now we're here with Brain Overload.
Yeah. What made you guys want to do a podcast?
I actually just started listening to podcasts at the late last year, and I started. I think I was listening to the very early episodes of Good Mythical Morning, this
Oh,
podcast,
okay.
Ear Biscuits, and just listening to a lot of famous YouTubers come up stories and how they got to where they're at, and it just inspired me to. It actually is what inspired me to start content creating as well, and then you started talking about a podcast, and I was like, yeah. Let's do this.
Right? Oh, yeah.
Let's do this.
Swerve with the cat.
The cat, man, jumping on the desk. But I mean, I'd say I'm in the same boat as you guys. Joe Rogan a lot. I'd say that's probably really the only podcast that I've been watching a lot recently. I don't know. I think just talking with the homies really that's kind of what really motivated me to want to do a podcast. Just because I think that there's a lot of cool things that we could talk about and get each other's takes on and just kind of debate things in the gaming world and so on. And yeah, I'm just excited.
Yeah, me too. I agree.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a lot
Just
of
to
fun.
put it out there, guys, I'm not all up there in the head sometimes, so sometimes I might sound a little dumb.
No, you're fine. You're fine. It's me. I think we'll be okay.
What should we start off with? Well, your Fortnite addiction, Sinister. What got you into Fortnite?
Okay, I have a strong love-hate relationship with this game. I played it in season 1, chapter 1. A couple of mine and Swerve's friends downloaded it and got me to play it, and I thought it was stupid at first. But then I got my first win, and then I started really playing like all the time in season 2, chapter 1. And it was just addicting because back then no one knew how to build or edit, so I was seeing all the progression firsthand, and I just like kind of went along with the progression of the game, and it's crazy to see how far it's come. I think that's why it's hooked me for so long, because they keep adding things and changing the map and changing the metas every season and adding new things, and it just keeps it fresh, and it's just fun. It's addicting. I don't know. It's just like you want to do better than last time. You know what I mean? You want to get more kills. You want to get another win. You know, it's fun. It's grind.
Yeah, I think what got me on Fortnite was that very first win when I came back, the adrenaline rush of clutching my first win. I was like,
It's an
all right,
intense feeling.
I'm addicted.
Yeah, it's fun.
I destroyed those kids, and I'm gonna do it again.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I remember back when we were like, I'm thinking we were juniors or maybe seniors when it first came out. Fortnite. When did it release? I'm about to look up the date.
I want to say 2016 or 2017.
2017. So yeah, that was about junior year, if not beginning of senior year.
Yeah.
The summer before it. But I remembered, man, just playing that, and I fell off a little bit just because it got to that point to where kids, you know, you had to get really good at building, and if
Yep.
you weren't invested in getting good at building, you know, you were getting left behind, you know.
Yep.
And that was kind of me. I just, you know, I wasn't into building too much, and then I think coming back to it, the game just looks so great now. It looks so different.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
And no,
It's crazy.
no build mode definitely brought in a whole new demographic. So like a bunch of Apex and Warzone players, and it definitely refreshing the game. But
It brought me back.
yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I think because I stayed with I don't want to say grew up. I like grew along with the game with building and editing. I went the opposite route as you, Swerve. Like when I saw people starting to do crazy stuff with building and editing, I went into creative mode when it got released and just practiced. I remember it was like like 3 years ago now. I had like plateaued my skill level in Fortnite builds, and I wanted to get better, so I literally stopped playing actual game modes for like 2 months straight and just practiced building and editing, and it just took me to a whole nother level in the game. It was insane. But
Yeah, your builds are crazy, dude.
Yeah.
You're a crazy builder.
yeah, I practiced a lot of time in creative mode.
A lot of time.
How do you
put into
guys
that.
feel about Creative 2.0? Have you guys seen any of that?
I have seen a lot of videos of it, and it looks insane.
Yeah,
Since I watched a video yesterday, I think, of a person playing the back rooms
Yep.
in Fortnite.
The background.
Yep.
Fortnite,
yeah, it's
I've
insane.
seen the domination one where they're like, it's a Call
Oh
of
yeah,
Duty game.
yep.
It looks fantastic, dude. It
It's
doesn't even
insane.
look like Fortnite.
It's because they just added Unreal Engine 5.2 to Fortnite. So now literally people were talking about, not right away, but people are going to recreate entire games in Fortnite.
Yeah,
like people
there's
are already working on Grand Theft Auto games and stuff like that in
yeah.
Fortnite. It's insane.
They're already working on the old Los Santos map right now.
And someone already
Really?
remade the OG map for Fortnite, like the original map. And it's only been out like a week. Creative 2.0, and people are already like going crazy with it. It's insane.
There's
Yeah,
so
it was-
many tools in that.
Yep.
Huge change to Fortnite. Right
Huge
there.
change to video games in general. Imagine if independent developers start working on Unreal Engine 5.2 in Fortnite. They're going to create insane games that are going to be free.
Mhm.
So that'll be cool.
Exciting. There's
you-
definitely a future.
Yep.
Have you played any of the Creative 2.0 yourself? Gotten into it at all?
No, like I've seen a lot of videos. I saw the things that Epic released for it, like the forest one and the dragon, but I haven't actually messed around with it at all. I want to, but I'm kind of giving it more time because I'm assuming there's a lot of issues with it since they just released it. So I'm trying to wait, see how it plays out, but I'll definitely mess around with it. Try and come up with some
Yeah.
fun like Zone Wars maps or something. I don't
You
know.
could almost see something like that coming because with all the little events for like, they had the Dragon Ball event.
Yeah.
They had like
Yeah.
what was the other one? The Witcher event and stuff. You could almost see that they were wanting to do something like that for those events as well.
Yeah.
Because of all the like the graphical how do I put it? The way they're trying to incorporate all these skins into the game and stuff, so they're trying to incorporate all the other games and their graphics, and I think they can really do that with the new engine.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and think about how crazy their their live events are going to be now.
Mm-hmm.
If they start implementing they could like
The
make whole
concerts and
reality
stuff.
changes because their whole back lore of like storyline of Fortnite is like the 7 members or whatever are stuck in a reality warp the whole time, and it's like they could literally do something now where the game like in a live event the reality shifts and now you're still a Fortnite character but in like a real looking world, and it'd feel like Call of Duty for like a game or something. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
They could
Do you
go
guys
crazy with it.
remember, like what the original story to Fortnite's about? Like, cause I hear you talking about like the 7 characters or whatever stuck in a loop, but
Yeah. So I don't know. It's been hard to keep track of, and I've missed some live events, but like it all started out with Jonesy. You find out that Jonesy, like the main default skin, is part of like a secret agency, and he gets stuck in a time loop, and then he finds 6 other people and becomes the 7, who are like disbanded members of this group or something like that, and they're also in the time loop, and then they're all working together to fight other people like throughout the seasons. Like there was Midas and stuff like that, and they fight them and whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It's basically, it's just got a lot of stuff to do with time loops and like all like reality shifts and stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was just curious because like I remembered, that was the original thing, and then the battle royale mode came, and it just I didn't even know if that's the campaign's even like a thing anymore, or
Not
I have
really.
not even ever played Save the World.
They
Isn't
actually-
that what it was
Yeah.
called?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
actually made the battle royale after PUBG they were hoping to bring in fans that would like the feel of Fortnite and then buy Save the World. But almost nobody bought Save the World. They just wanted to play Fortnite, like the battle royale. And so then they started shifting their focus onto making money from the battle royale, so like skins and cosmetics and all that stuff and battle passes, and they definitely picked the right route, but
yeah. I
yeah,
agree.
it's not what they were going for at first.
It's definitely an addiction. Got to collect them all.
Yeah, I thought it was funny actually, because I don't know, it made me think of this the other day when you were streaming. Ava was behind you, and it was funny to me because I remember when you started getting back into Fortnite, she told you it's not cool just because I play it, and now she's
Yeah.
addicted to it too.
Higher than me on the season pass. I think I'm like level 16 or something. I gotta play it. We're gonna have to get some in, honestly.
Yeah, we should
Like,
play
I
today.
would love to. No, I
This
want
is-
to.
Been addicted to the old Sea of Thieves.
Oh, I
Sailing
get
the
that.
seas.
Been
And that game
addicted to
just
Red
takes
Dead.
up hours.
hmm
Doing all the forts and stuff.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yo, so chat hit us with a dance party, boys.
Do we all have to dance?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Hey, I'll dance. I'll dance too.
Oh man.
How long are we dancing for?
3 minutes. 3
3
minutes, boys.
minutes?
I think for the podcast, Burmix, we're probably going to we can dance in our chairs and stuff because we got the background and stuff. But I think in here, can't we throw a video of YouTube on like from YouTube on the thing?
Oh, in the Discord?
Yeah, like I think you can all watch this YouTube together.
Join activity?
Oh yeah, we can.
Oh, heck yeah. Cancel.
Solve a mystery of Scooby and the gang.
Let's see what we got here. I spelled that completely wrong. What do you guys think? What do you think we should?
Oh my goodness. This is taking forever to do this. Got it. Wait, are you playing a video?
I'm going to be. Can you guys not see the videos I'm looking at right now, or no?
No, I can't.
All right, let's see what this one's all about.
We can add videos to a playlist, but that's
Oh wait,
what
now
I
it's
see
playing one.
All right, we'll dance in our chairs for the chat here. It's our first podcast yet. We need Swerve to drop some bars. Drop some bars for the podcast.
Oh.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Dance party goes hard.
We were just talking about Fortnite. Now we're moving on to our next subject. Look at him go. Cameron can't even keep up with him.
I'm moving it around. Oh my goodness.
All right, we can leave that activity now.
First podcast and we get a dance party 15 minutes in.
Burmick said, "Y'all are killing me." Now, oh yeah, you guys are still in that activity. Is that why it's still popping?
Yeah. Is there a way for you to like exit out of it?
How does one leave the activity?
Down on the video. If
Oh, I
it's
see it.
down in the bottom corner, yeah. It's a leave.
Wait, what? Where?
It'll be like the red disconnect button, but it says leave activity instead.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. There we go.
Sweet. That was fun. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
It was weird. It was playing through my headset, but I have you guys coming through my speakers.
What?
Yeah, so that's why I was just like, I'm like, what? And then I put it up to my headphones. I'm like, oh, okay.
All right, so I have a
Burmick-
question for the
Yes, what is it?
podcast. What was the most influential video game of your guys' childhood?
Call of Duty World at War.
Oh, that's a good
Zombies.
one. That's a good one.
That's every time
Yeah.
somebody says favorite video game or like from childhood. But I also would probably have to put Halo Reach in there too, because I grounded a
Ooh,
lot of hours into that one.
totally forgot about Halo, yeah. I don't know if I could
Yeah.
just pick one.
Yeah, I
That's
can't
what I'm
just pick
thinking.
one. I can't
Like,
just pick
I
one.
think some of my top ones would have been like Left 4 Dead 2, Fallout New Vegas, and then, well, probably like Modern Warfare 2, and then like, I don't know, I'm drawing a blank now.
I guess we could summarize like
Oh, and like Halo
Call
3.
of Duty. Like Call
Halo
of Duty
3,
franchise and Halo franchise. Kinda,
Yeah,
was it influential? in your
definitely.
childhood?
Yeah, I'd have to say they were my most influential just because that's when I really started to like game for like hours on end, you know?
Mhm.
I could say like the first franchise I've ever played, which was like Sonic, as I mentioned yesterday. Um, but most influential has to be Black Ops 1 for me. I played Kino der Toten. That was the first
Oh,
like,
yes.
zombies I ever played.
In my opinion, that's still
And
the
then I
best
went
one.
back. Yeah, no, and and then I went back and played World at War, but they just back then they both had their own like scary atmosphere that it was just intimidating as soon as you launched in. Like Blade was talking about yesterday, you know,
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the music, that first little intro music,
Yeah.
as soon as you pop in, and it was just like, oh,
Let's go,
It
Tom.
shivers
are.
and you're like, oh no.
you're like, okay.
Yeah, I also would have to add in the Assassin's Creed.
Oh, yes.
Assassin's Creed was
Definitely.
was an amazing.
I was addicted to
story.
Assassin's Creed.
Mhm. I think when I played Assassin's Creed 1, that was one of the only games. Assassin's Creed 1, 2, and 3. I 100%ed on Xbox. Got all the
Yeah.
achievements. I grinded that.
I remember Assassin's Creed 2 came out, and I played through the story, the campaign straight through. Like, I didn't stop once when I got it. Just sat down and played the whole game.
Yeah, that was me with Brotherhood, man, and that was like the first one that I played heavily. I think that was I remember grinding for the Armor of Brutus too. That was
Yep.
the first thing in like a video game that I had went and collected things and spent like actual time trying to get. I guess I looked up guides for it too, but that was like the first thing that I had ever done in that regards to in a video game where I, you know, completed something and, you know, had that rewarding feeling afterwards.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
that one really is, it has a place in my heart. Brotherhood.
Do you remember when GTA 5 online came or GTA 5 came out, and in the story mode you had to find all the alien spaceship parts?
Oh
we-
yeah, that was a good one.
We rushed to try to get it first, and we were flexing it. The alien got
Yeah, because I remember we had this one dude we were going to school with, and he had posted it on Facebook, and we were like, "What is that?" Then we looked it up, and then yeah, that one was a grind, dude. I can't remember what you had to do specifically, but there was a lot
There
of
were-
areas you had to go to, a ton.
There were 50 alien spaceship parts around the map that you had to find, and they were in all in random locations. And yeah, needless to say, I was not going to go find them on myself. YouTube was my friend.
That's like in Assassin's Creed 2, finding all the feathers for that achievement.
Mhm.
Gotta look up a guide for that. There's so many.
There's like a
Is there-
hundred. something.
Yeah.
Is there like a game that you guys have completed without using any guides, like for the collectibles and stuff?
No.
Me
Yeah,
neither.
I don't think so. I don't. I'd like to say Hogwarts, but even I used some guides for that. I mean, more recent story games. I wish I did Elden Ring without any guides because that would have been more rewarding in a sense because that game has no hand holding whatsoever.
Mhm. That game hurts.
You know what's
That game
apparently it's along the same style of game. I think it's by the same devs actually. But is apparently like way less forgiving than Elden Ring.
Wolong Destiny or Dynasty?
Sekiro.
Sekiro?
Yep,
Yeah.
Sekiro.
Oh, Sekiro. Yeah.
It's
People
made
say
by the
that one
same
is
people.
just like because they said like Elden Ring and the Dragon Souls games or Dark Souls, most of the boss fights there's a pattern. So like they'll swing at you and you parry, swing, parry, swing. You know whatever. It's just a pattern. But with Sekiro there is no pattern. It's all randomized, and so it's like really hard every boss fight. Apparently, it's just like way less forgiving. Do you guys use summons when you play Elden Ring?
Yeah, we would summon each other a lot. We would summon each other a lot. Yeah. I know the Mimic tier at 1.2 was really that was meta,
Yep.
especially when you didn't have because I know there were some places you couldn't summon like a co-op multiplayer buddy. So I would just summon a Mimic tier. Blade, are you all right over there?
I think he's frozen.
Yeah.
uh,
Good talk. Good talk.
hmm.
Let me open up the stream. I think his stream crashed too. I don't see him live.
Dang.
Well, time to text the podcast group chat.
Yeah, his thing crashed. Oh, Nikes.
We lost Blade. I don't. His stream stuff.
No, it went offline.
Technical difficulties. Oh,
Yo,
Yeah.
what's up?
computer just crashed, bro.
Oh my goodness.
We back though. We back.
Get the blue screen of death.
Yeah, it was weird. It just like completely like went and then my keyboard and mouse just turned off. Just stopped. Froze everything up.
I love PCs.
Hey.
Well, that's 2 out of 3 of us that have had issues, so you're next word.
Anytime now.
Oh man.
So the last thing I heard was about that game that's more unforgiving than Elden Ring.
Yeah, Sekiro. And actually, I was gonna say a lot of big streamers and YouTubers when they were playing through the Dark Souls and Elden Ring and all that, they refused to use summons and mimics because they
Yeah.
said because they say it's too much. Like especially when your character is like a high level, it's too much of like a crutch or an ability for them, so they do it without it. They're crazy though. They get like deep into the game. They I don't know, they're like masochists or something. They hate themselves. People who do those because there are people on YouTube who have done runs starting with like the what is it, Dragonborn and Dark Souls and then Sekiro and then Elden Ring, and they play all of them through and try not to get hit by an enemy a single time.
Mm-hmm. I've seen somewhere like they do that too, and they can't hit an enemy.
Yeah,
they
it's-
can't like do physical damage
Yeah.
to an enemy and make it all the way through. It's just like you guys are crazy.
I could never.
Torturing yourselves. They're
Yeah,
torturing
seriously.
you.
Imagine you get to like the 4th game, you're like 30 hours in, and then you get hit once, and you're like, wow, I gotta restart.
Gotta restart. Dude, in that game, man, it's just there's so many routes that you can take in that game. That's another thing I love about those types of games. And like I'm seeing things on like I'm in group chats or not group chats, but Facebook groups for Elden Ring.
Mm.
And there's people that are just still discovering things. They'll be like my 7th playthrough, and I'm just now finding this out, and I'm like, holy dude.
Yeah.
Like you're putting in a lot of hours in that game, but it's one of those games where you know there's routes like for example when you first start out there's the beginning area and then you're in Limgrave and to the far right you have Khalid. You can go through most of the game without even going to Khalid, but you'll have to go back because one of the bosses there is a shard bearer.
Mm.
But there's routes that you can take in it that, you know, it makes it a little refreshing because you know, you could go one route or go the other route and, you know, so
Yeah.
on. But there's bosses that you can skip, and then there's so many bosses in that game.
Oh yeah.
And that's the thing. I've probably fought maybe about, for example, 60 of the 150 bosses total, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
There's
Rage
a lot of-
inducing,
like, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's why I never bought it.
Never played a game like that in my life, and that one kind of sucked me in. Kind of sucked me into it.
It's like
I got
those,
mad though.
you know,
I got mad for a little while.
because you'll sit there all day, and then if you can't get the one boss, it's like you just wasted all your time getting there, but you can't even get him. You can't even beat him.
Right.
But it's like, I don't know. I was gonna say
That
something.
very
but
first boss, was it Godric, or was it, who's the very first one that you walked through? That
Margot.
cast? Margot. Yeah, that one, dude. I was doing all right until I got to him, and then you got past him, and I was so jealous because I was like, "Come on, I can do this!" And I'm like,
Yeah.
I spent hours and hours, and eventually I never got to it. So I was like, "All right, I'm done. I don't like this game. I'm done with it."
Dude, because it's like as soon as you start in, they just throw you in, and they're like, "Yep,
Dude,
well,
that's
here you
how
are now."
that's how I am. Like I don't know. Like it has to really suck me in for me to be able to like withstand that much. That's why I didn't even give Elden Ring a shot, was because I was seeing so many TikToks of people posting videos like fighting Melania or whatever her name is, and be like, "Oh, my 400th fight with her, and I still haven't beat it." And I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna sit there
no.
fighting a boss for like literally 10 hours." That's
There's
just
this video I
ridiculous.
want to show you guys. How do you get the YouTube pulled up? How do you do that?
Go to, it should be in suggested activities down there, right next to the camera icon, the little rocket ship.
Oh yeah, there's a YouTube icon.
Dude, I gotta show you guys this video. I think it's a Meat Canyon video, but it's about, you know, I think Blade has seen it. I'm not sure if Sinister has seen it, but
I just started getting into watching Meat Canyon. The first one I saw was Sneeko meeting Charlie, and I was dying laughing.
oh, I've seen the thumbnail for that. I haven't watched that one.
Dude, you have to watch it. It is so funny. The way
don't know,
he
it might
portrayed
not
both
be
of
a
them is
Meat
just
Canyon.
ridiculous.
Do you know that Swerve had a thing for us? He wants, or not Swerve, but Burmix, he wants to know if any of us have any plans on making other content such as vlogs, or if we're going to really pursue this and continue this podcast.
Yes and yes.
And yes, there you
Um,
go. There you go, Burmix. Sinister
I-
Podcast.
I was actually supposed to start doing vlogs beginning of this month, or no, last month, beginning of March. I was gonna take a trip with my girlfriend to Washington to Seattle, but we got snowstormed, so we didn't go. But that was gonna be my first vlog. But I'm going to Michigan in June for like 10 days, so I'll probably vlog that whole trip.
That'll be very
Right.
interesting to see.
Yeah, we're gonna be in like Detroit and all that type of stuff, so should be a good one. Is there a way to make
Alrighty,
that
guys.
full screen?
I have it ready. I will invite y'all.
Oh, expand video. There we go.
Or do you have the option? Can you see it?
I'm on it already.
Yeah, we're on it.
Alrighty. Well, it's just a minute 30, but this is Elden Ring in a nutshell.
Yep, I feel that. I definitely-
In the microwave. Oh my gosh. You died. Wow,
That's it right there, man.
that's great.
But jump to get secret item. How many times did we jump?
A lot, thinking we were gonna get something cool.
Yeah, that game, man. I don't know. It's like what I was gonna say earlier is it's like I can't remember which Final Fantasy it is, but you know, there's always it's like that in the Dark Souls kind of Soulsborne collection. It's that game that you can play without having, you know, without ever having to play the prior, you know, titles because it's not a Dark Souls game, it's not a Sekiro game or anything like that. It's
Hmm.
like its own thing. And
Mhm.
that's one thing that I liked about that is that introduced me into the series and it made me kind of, you know, maybe I do want to play Demon Souls or Dark Souls, you know, go all the way back and you know, it's great in that form, you know, in that form or however you want to put it.
I have heard from YouTubers talking about it and stuff. If you're gonna go back and play the Dark Souls games and stuff like that, you should just skip the second one.
The second one I hear is like the best too.
No, I've heard it's like the worst from like some hardcore fans. I've heard Dark Souls 1 is really good and Dark Souls 3, but they said Dark Souls 2 is like very almost like mundane compared to the other ones, I guess. But
I know Dark Souls 3 is the closest to Elden Ring,
yeah,
but it's not like an open world. It's like the map. I think it's, you know, you're supposed to go in a direction, whereas Elden Ring is more open world and you can do whatever, get lost. And I think that's the thing that makes that game what it is, you know. I'm not sure if Sekiro is the same way where it's open world or if there's just an objective and you go to it.
mm.
Um, but yeah, no, that Dark Souls. Have you heard anything about like Demon Souls, like the original? before the Dark
I've heard they're
Souls?
really good. I've heard they're
Yeah,
really
okay.
good. Like I don't know if you've watched any of his stuff, but Asmongold, he's a big streamer and YouTuber.
I probably could put a face to it,
Mm.
but I don't. Yeah.
But he's a huge fan of all those games, and he says uh, the Demon Souls games are very good. The Dark Souls games are extremely good. Sekiro's like he loves all the games, but he said his least favorite one was Dark Souls 2 just because it didn't feel like Dark Souls 1 and 3. It was just kind of different and off. But honestly, if you're gonna go back and play them, I'd still play it if I was you, just because everyone has their own opinion on it. So like,
Exactly.
it'd still be good. But no, I've heard all the games are still really good, but I just don't think I could handle that much frustration.
Yeah.
No, that's why I'm not gonna go back and play them. I'll watch them, but I'm not gonna play them.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like I want to, but I don't think I'm going to. Elden Ring was enough, and you know, just beating that game was like the biggest accomplishment. That was the hardest game I've ever played, truthfully.
It really was too. It really took a lot of like having to figure out an actual build. Like I don't usually in some games like actually do a build. The only game that I've really interpreted a build into is Diablo because you can get your
Oh, I'm
like,
excited.
fast killing builds going up in there. But like I was looking up and researching everything on my phone trying to find this one build and I finally got it and I was destroying everything and then I was like, okay, I'm done.
The bleeding builds.
Yeah, that Rivers of Blood with the two dual Rivers of Blood, dude. It was crazy.
That's another thing with that game too, is there's like if I did want to ever do another playthrough, I could choose like a different class because there's so many different classes in that game.
Yeah.
But also the way that you can build your specific build too to make it more efficient. Like whereas if you go with strength and dex or like intelligence and arcane and like so on, you know, that's the cool thing about that game. But it's really unforgiving in the sense that they tell you these things and you're like, okay, well, what is dex or you know what is vigor and you know, but
Mm.
I don't know. That game's it's awesome because it's loaded with content in the beginning, and there hasn't been any DLC except for that little Coliseum thing that they added for PvP.
I don't
That
think
was free.
I don't think they're gonna add anything else.
Nah, more than likely not.
And
I
actually,
seen a little April Fool's thing too, where they were pretending they were adding DLC on the 31st, and I don't even think there's a 31st this month. So there's that.
oh my gosh, yeah, I don't know. It was I forgot what I was gonna say.
So I'm using this as well for this podcast. it hurts my heart to say this, but I think I'm done streaming. Yeah. April Fools, buddies.
I was like, what the hell is this man talking about?
Like, oh, had to get it out the way real quick. Just one of them. So I'm curious, Sinister, do you watch like I know E3 is like the biggest, gaming news, outlet when it comes to the event.
Hmm.
Do you watch like any of E3? Like do both of you guys? I think Blade, yeah, I know he watches the trailers, not like the whole thing, but the game trailers, and that's kind of what I do.
Yeah.
I usually
I watch
do.
game trailers.
I usually do. I didn't this year because I haven't really heard anything about games that sound too amazing. Like the only next one that I'm really looking forward to is Starfield, but I don't even think Bethesda showed anything about it at E3 this year. Or no, I don't think E3 has happened this year, right? That's in like
Yeah, that's why I
June.
brought it up too, because it got canceled. So I'm curious if they're gonna do anything,
Yeah.
over the internet or what they're gonna do about that. Or,
It'll.
if there's showcases that will happen with like developer specific, like kind of how Bethesda has their own showcase.
It could happen that way. They might do like a live stream or something of it, and just do like a panel, but it's like closed off to the actual public or something. I'm not sure, but I'm assuming they'll find a way to do it this year. And I'll watch it. I'm like Blade. I like watching for the game trailers. But usually if I miss E3, because most years I do watch all of E3, I like hearing what the devs have to say and stuff. But if I miss some of it, I just go onto YouTube and watch like the highlight of the E3 trailers. And it's just like a video compilation of like the 2025 trailers coming out for the next year or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the route I go.
Yeah, I like keeping up to date with that stuff though. E3 is still like the biggest place for video game upcoming news, I guess.
Yep, I agree. So-
Did it say why they canceled it at all?
I didn't-
Or-
I didn't check into that. That's a good question. I want to look into that because I didn't.
Yeah, I don't know
That's
why they
a
would
big
cancel.
event. It had to be something pretty serious to.
And I couldn't
Wanna
imagine it
cancel
would still be
E3.
COVID because Comic-Con and stuff is still happening.
So it says that it was canceled following the reported withdrawal of major publishers like Ubisoft, Sega, and Tencent. So I'm
Mm.
assuming they weren't doing anything at E3, and I don't know, maybe.
That's
Yeah, I
pretty
don't-
big.
Oh wow. Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, Sega, and Ubisoft all bailed on E3 this year. Due to
That's like
lack
their
of
main-
participation and interest.
An interest.
Yep.
The numbers must have went down.
It's because
A
there's
lot of
no good
people
games,
must-
bro. If you think about it, like 10 years ago, E3 was popping because there was 5 or 6 big games coming out every year. Now with how big the games are being made and like how good they look and everything like that, it takes them 10 years to make one game like they did with Elden Ring. So you get a game or two a year now. So nobody's going to these things anymore. They're doing what I was just talking about and just waiting to watch the YouTube highlight reel because there's not enough AAA titles coming out. So I'm betting they didn't sell enough tickets or make enough money. They just all bailed. It's not worth it.
That's
Yeah.
kind of sad, man.
It really is because if you think about it, it's like honestly the start of the end of an era. Like this could be the start of the end of E3 altogether,
Mhm.
Yeah.
which would suck.
And that was like the first kind of gaming showcase that, brought me into that whole world of,
Me too.
getting the back knowledge before the games dropped or even before there was like a major trailer.
Yep.
But that's sad, man. I always look forward to E3, and that's what, every June, I believe? The beginning
I
of
think so.
June?
It's either June or July. It might be
Yeah.
beginning of July. I can't remember, but
Mhm.
yeah.
So, Starfield. Are you nervous at all about like
Yes.
potential problems? Because it seems like it's so not overhyped, but the world itself
It's
is
overpromised.
yeah, like there's just so much.
Yeah, I'm definitely having concerns about it, especially because Todd Howard the past few years has not been the best support for video games, I guess. Especially with Fallout 76, that was a huge flop on his part. My biggest concern is him overpromising again, because right now he's saying it's an open I guess open galaxy game where you can physically fly to like hundreds and hundreds of different planets, and each planet has its own animals and everything. It just sounds like way too much to actually be true, especially for Bethesda. It's even if they can pull it off in like a smaller scale, it's still going to be so buggy. But honestly, if he has his main team working on it and they actually take, I'm hoping, I'm still upset that they've delayed it so many times because it's supposed to have been out already now. But I'm hoping that with the delays, they're actually making it better so it's good on release and we don't have to wait 2 years like Cyberpunk for it to be playable.
Yeah, and I remember when Fallout 76 dropped and it was just like you were chasing the, ghost, man. And
Yep.
that was the thing that it drove me away because I was hyped to, have the multiplayer experience, but I felt like the world was so empty. And, that's why I kind of want to go back to it
Mhm.
because, they've added, that whole NPC storyline and
Yep.
it seems more like Fallout now than it was when it
Yeah.
first came out.
I agree.
But I
I
like the
agree.
lore behind it,
Me too.
Um,
And there's a lot of cool lore in the 76 one. I've barely touched Fallout 76 because I got it when it released and it was super buggy. But they added like a whole bunch of lore from West Virginia into it, like the Mothman and everything like that I think is super cool. So I do want to get through it, and I think now that they've worked on it, it's probably pretty good. So
Now is Fallout 76 is that the online one?
yeah.
yeah.
The big online world? Yeah. I've been very interested in that, but a lot of those like big worlds like that for like what was that one? Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah.
It's just not fun unless you have fun friends to play with. So that could be something we could look into.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
Full playthrough.
honestly, those games all go on sale on Steam like once every 2 months. I got all of the Fallout games, like the original 2, Tactics, 3, New Vegas, 4, and 76, all for like $75.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Steam has crazy sales.
Oh my
and,
goodness,
like,
their spring and winter sales are insane.
yes, they are. You can catch me you can drop $100 and right there you get 60 games added to your library
Exactly,
right there.
Seriously,
Games where it's at.
I dropped
Yes.
$75. I got every Fallout game. I was like, that's
All the DLC too,
yep,
everything.
everything.
Mhm.
Don't they have a big summer sale too?
Yeah,
Yes.
summer sale's
Yep.
big, but what is it? Is the winter one is like the biggest? Isn't
Yeah,
it?
because it's near Christmas. The winter one, they have 2 different winter ones, and they both last like 2 weeks long, and like it almost feels like 70% of all of Steam is on sale.
Yeah, honestly.
They're like, yep, just have it.
Seriously.
put it in your library.
My
Yeah.
uncle actually with the whole Steam thing, he's like got to collect them all with that thing.
Yeah.
I think he's got to be almost pressed in 2,000 games in his library right now on
Jeez.
Steam. He said I'll never play them, but they're there. That's all that matters.
Get to look at 'em.
Yeah. Got that
Yeah.
showcase.
I wish they would make it sounds weird, but like a co-op hunting simulator.
That
Could you
would
imagine
be-
doing like a role playing, like we all go to a thrift store and get like raggedy hunting clothes and then do a hunting IRL, like a hunting sim stream?
get like a 24 pack of like
Yeah,
beer and stuff,
exactly.
too?
Just like make the green screen look like a tree stand or something, like a hut, a blind, and you're just sitting there drinking beer. That'd be
Dude, on
fun.
the real, you know how GTA 5 has like all its role playing servers?
Yeah.
Did they ever do that for Red Dead Red Dead 2 online? Or you know what I mean? Like
You know
did the
what?
community ever come together and create, because I feel like they could add so much cool stuff, whereas Rockstar, kind of gave up on it. But
I think people initially started to do a little bit of role playing in Red Dead 2 online, but because I don't think they ever added like custom servers and stuff to Red Dead 2. So people couldn't make like no pixel lobbies and mod it and everything like that. So it didn't take off as much as GTA 5 because Rockstar was still really focused on GTA 5. They were still releasing DLC and stuff for it like every month, and they definitely focused more on GTA than Red Dead 2 online. So I think a little bit in the beginning, but it definitely got nowhere near the level of GTA 5 roleplay.
I had a lot of high hopes for that online gameplay too. I really liked the aspect of Red Dead Redemption, and I really
Yes.
really wanted a good online to that, but they kind of came out with it, and
It was just
then
very
stopped
vanilla.
with it. It was,
Yeah, they didn't add enough stuff. Like with GTA 5, like they added all the drug deals or the drug stuff. They added the criminal stuff so you could do like heists and shit like that, and just all these different things that you could do, and they didn't add any of that stuff to Red Dead 2 Online. I think they added, and
Maybe
this was
one heist?
yeah,
I
there
don't
it
even
was.
know if you
Well, they
can.
they recently added something. It was like a couple months ago. I think they just recently added like bank robberies and some other type of heist or something, like train heists in it or something. And it's like it took them, what is that, 3 or 4 years now? Maybe like 4 years, 5 years for them to add that.
It came out in 2018, 19, right?
I think
2019, I think.
2018.
If it was 18, that's like ooh, about 5 years, huh?
I'm gonna look it up real quick. It was either 18 or 19, but yeah, they had all those years, and I think they just recently added those heists.
Old Burmix feels like that Rockstar is resorted to a complete money hog robbing game, and they don't do much for the community.
They
Everything
don't.
is cool in the game, but it's crazy overpriced, so you have to buy the shark card.
2018.
Yeah, he's not lying. It's the same thing with Red Dead 2 online. When it first came out, they already had the gold bars ready for you to purchase because
Yeah.
it was insane to even, acquire them.
It
gold
was
bars.
so hard online. I remember that. It was like almost impossible. You had to buy gold to be able to do stuff because it was like even purchasing a horse or guns, it was like you needed so much money in gold
Yeah.
that you had to
Mhm.
grind for hours to even buy like a rifle.
And it was like the amount that you had to pay with like the dollars in game, like even that took forever. But it was like, say,
Yes.
for example, it was $1,000, dollars, and you know how long that takes. But it was like 30 gold, bars. So it's like you're looking at them gold bars, and you're like, well, that doesn't seem like that's too much. I could just spend a quick $5 or something, and then maybe get something else. And that's how you get into the trap.
Yep.
Yep. And then every paycheck you're putting $100 away for.
Yeah, right. I was that way with GTA 5 online. I was buying those $50 shark cards to buy cars and stuff like that.
I do know my brother Burmix. That was him too. Every time he could, he'd be running upstairs. Ma, can I have a shark card? And I swear, I think he spent at least. It's got to be almost 2,000, 1,500.
That's how I am with Fortnite, dude. I think with
Yeah.
battle passes and all the skins I have, I've probably spent close to $1,500 on Fortnite.
Mm.
Brand new PC.
Yeah, right.
So the chat wants to know: do you guys have high hopes for a possible GTA 6 soon?
Yes, especially with seeing how, I don't know if you guys saw the video. I think it was to show off Unreal Engine 5.2. It was a female. It was like for a whole exhibition type thing. They set up a camera and it was recording her face. She didn't have a suit on or anything like that, and she was like doing different faces to show different expressions and stuff and talking. They take that video clip, put it in a software program for Unreal Engine 5, and literally within 30 seconds, it 3D renders her actual face and like her talking and every movement she did. And besides a little fluttering in the mouth, like it looked realistic. Like it looked like they just took a video of her and played it back. And that happened in 30 seconds with no editing. And so I genuinely think with how long they've been working on GTA 6 and where graphics and stuff are now, it is going to be like a huge thing in video games, just like GTA 5 was when it got released on the next gen consoles and looked insane. It's going to be like that. It's going to be probably even bigger than GTA 5, and it's going to look even better, in my opinion. I think it's going to be insane.
How old do you think we're gonna be before it comes out?
26, 28.
Honestly,
maybe?
there have already been some leaks, so I know they're working on it. I'm betting within the next 2 years we'll have it. It'll at least be announced like officially.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Just-
did you guys see any of those leaks that came out? And what did you think?
Yes.
You saw 'em? What did you guys think about those?
I
S-
leaks?
watched them.
Some of them, I honestly don't know if it was just like a joke or what. I don't know if it was real, but some of them definitely look like it could have been from GTA 6. And if it is, it looks real. I mean, like it looks
Insane.
insane. Yeah.
Insane. when I watched it, like just the reflections, the
Yeah,
shadow
the
quality,
lighting, the
lighting,
cars, everything. It's
It's
just
like-
insane. It looks insane.
In all
Yeah.
honesty, though, it does look insane, but it reminds me a lot of GTA 5. The thing that I'm hyped about the whole game is the fact that it's going back to Vice City from what the leaks have shown in those
Yep.
videos. And that was a serious, like, that dude who did that stuff, dude. I think he hacked into Uber and all that too. Like, that was a serious crime, dude.
Yeah, he got
Like,
in a lot of trouble for that.
Like, that was real, dude. I swear, it had to have been real.
I
If
think he
not,
got sued or like arrested or something, didn't he?
I think he got arrested for it.
Yeah.
Like, they ended up tracing him back. And
Yep,
'cause
he
it
got
was,
arrested like
by
2
that
days
point, that
later.
was- yeah, dude. It was like you were getting into like some federal stuff there at that
Which
point.
is that was when, like you're saying, that's when I actually believed those ones were real, because I was like, if they weren't real, Rockstar wouldn't have done anything about it.
They wouldn't have
Mhm.
released that statement too. If you
Yeah.
remember, they had a statement that they put out regarding
See, and
how
I-
some early footage was. It was like pre-alpha, dude. Like,
Yeah,
so far
And
back.
that's insane. The footage of that is pre-alpha, and it already looks better than any game out right now.
Mhm.
That is crazy to me.
So I feel like something with some of the people that posted videos of the leak and stuff, they may like it probably was like real, and it was real, like that they got leaked. But I know I've seen a lot of fake, like
Yeah,
fake
definitely.
content creators like putting out this is the footage of it or whatever, and it was just GTA 5 with the mod, like the
Yeah.
realism mod on it,
Mhm.
and it was just
Yep.
like, yeah.
A lot of people
like,
are doing that clickbaity stuff.
yeah, and so I could see like where some people probably like may have gotten that fake news from
Yep.
that, seeing that, and like, but no, it was real. That guy got in trouble, a lot of trouble.
Yeah, and that's how you know too. And that
So
was it was
do you-
blowing up everywhere.
Yep.
Do you guys think for GTA 6 that the map will be bigger than GTA
Yeah.
5's map?
100%.
100%.
Probably be whole Florida, man. Whole Florida. But honestly,
A bunch of different little cities. I think that would be cool, like different cities of Florida.
That would be.
and stuff.
it would be, man. You know,
When do you think
and
they're
I-
gonna add gas? When you gotta like actually fill up your car with gas?
I think it would be cool, but it might be tedious.
Yeah, I was
you
gonna
know?
say that'd be so tedious. Could you imagine if you're in the middle of a mission and you didn't gas up beforehand and you run out of gas?
A cop chase and you start puttering, and you gotta yeah, dude. That
Oh
would be
shit.
cool. I mean, maybe into story, but I don't know about online. Like maybe not into online mode.
You
but-
would get killed every 30 seconds if you had to gas up. You'd get nothing done.
You got dudes riding by, just drive by on the
Yeah.
gas pump, dude. Just boom, you're just full things just gone. Like, all right, cool, dude. Better have insurance. Some Morse Mutual.
Morse Mutual. MMI. Expect the unexpected.
Help.
God.
Dude, you know one Rockstar game that's so underrated? I don't think it was underrated, but I feel like it's getting lost. Like, it's not talked about as much, but LA Noir.
Oh, that
Yep,
one's great.
yep.
Yep.
That
I
was a
love that.
fantastic game. That game brought out a lot from like even like so I remember that game always being played by my grandma and my uncle. My grandma actually took a liking to that, and she's not like a huge video game player, which was really cool. That game brought out a lot of like those types of people that like to watch the crime
Yeah.
scene type thing on like Netflix and stuff. It brought a lot of people out with that, and that was really cool to see. Like as a younger kid watching that, like you were invested in video games, but then watching people that don't play invest their
Yeah.
time into it. It
I
was a very
remember-
fantastic game.
I remember as a kid growing up, my dad played one video game with me one time. We played through Army of Two together. And he
Army of Two.
Yeah, and he
that
loved it.
game
He's
was
not a video gamer at
amazing,
all,
bro.
and he was just shredding everybody and was just
That-
having a blast. It was so much fun.
That's crazy because that's like the very first game my dad played with me too.
Really?
We got together and played that, yeah.
It's such a badass game.
And we grinded to get like the golden weapons, all the
Yup.
attachments on your
All the
weapons.
face masks and everything.
face
Yeah,
masks.
I did too.
The game was insane.
Yeah, they should remaster that game.
Dude,
You
that
guys
was,
played BioShock at all? What do you guys think of BioShock?
I haven't in a while. I actually want to do a series out of that eventually, but I loved BioShock.
Yeah, I did too. That was another game that was pretty influential to like my childhood gaming too.
That was another like one of the first scary games that I really liked a lot. The first one that really got me into horror gaming was Resident Evil 4, but then shortly after that was that one.
Yeah, BioShock, like now I don't think of it like as a horror game, but back in the back when I was playing it, there was a lot of jump scares in BioShock.
It's a dark game.
Yeah,
Like with Big Daddy and everything, it's a dark, and the sister who's like psychotic. It's a pretty creepy game.
I love the atmosphere though, or like the aesthetic.
Yeah.
It almost gives me that Fallout vibe where it's not
Mhm.
like post-apocalyptic, but it's like a Leviathan, like
It's like a
old
dystopia.
school. Yeah, like and those dystopia type of games are really, really interesting.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, have you guys? There's another one. I think it's by the same devs as BioShock. This game actually looks really good. Have you guys heard about Atomic Hearts?
Oh, I forgot about that
I've
name,
heard
but I
it,
want to
but I
bring that up.
haven't.
It's
haven't
by
looked
the same
anything
people
on
who
it.
made BioShock, and it looks incredible. I haven't got to play it, but everybody says it's really good. It looks amazing. I would definitely check it out.
When did that come out?
That
Oh
was the one that
God, a
came out
couple
on
months
Game
ago.
Pass. If you remember, Jet was talking to us about it.
I don't recall actually. I
Or
really
there was
don't.
one streamer that you were watching. I don't know if you watched him play it or you were lurking or something, but you were talking about how he was playing it.
It came out in February,
Oh yeah.
and it's ranked. It's got 9 out of 10 stars.
Wow, that would be up to something we have to look into. I'll
Yeah.
have to look into that because I did not. I have a few people that were playing it, but I never ever like went in there.
Yeah, it looks
I
really
thought it was
good.
like an older game.
What do you guys think of Redfall? That's another one that's coming out soon.
I haven't heard about that one.
It's a Bethesda game, but it's a I'd have to look up a trailer. I gotta see Redfall details. So it's an open world first person shooter that features single player and cooperative. And
Okay.
you fight against vampires as well as human enemies. It's kind of like, I guess, post apocalyptic too, but it has a little bit of like a cartoonish vibe, kind of like we'd have to watch a trailer, but I know it was in the Bethesda showcase from I believe last year, in the same one with Starfield. But that one's a little interesting too. I don't know. I think
Let
that
me look
one's
this up.
Oh, that comes out soon. That comes out in May 2nd.
are you putting on a trailer of it? What are you doing?
Yeah, that's what I'm just gonna. The World of Red.
Ooh.
Something wicked dark is coming.
Oh, I like the
Wow,
style.
that actually looks super good.
Yeah, it looks sick.
You send people to Ava.
So I'm having a problem with hearing the audio from these YouTube videos. Do you guys hear audio from it?
Yeah, I do.
Covered up here, or is it dark everywhere?
In my headphones. So I put on captions.
Oh, okay.
But I can't hear it on my desktop audio. It's weird.
I can.
That is so weird. All right, this gives me some like Left 4 Dead vibes.
But seriously, like vampires, you know? Haven't seen
Yeah.
that in a minute.
Yeah. This looks cool. The world looks fun.
What is this place? It's like the weirdest dream.
This is a broadcast for the people of Redfall. Find a weapon. Defend yourself.
Ooh.
Going up.
Okay. This looks fun.
Yeah, it definitely does.
So it's co-op. I wonder how many people you can play with.
4 playable characters.
So you can have a team of 4?
Yep.
Nice, dude. Yeah, we're gonna have to get this and play it. This looks fun.
We gotta get out there, grab some supplies and help.
Yeah,
you
it's
with
giving
your
me
needs.
like it's definitely giving me like a Left 4 Dead vibe,
Yeah.
but with different enemies.
And it looks like you can customize your weapon. Like you can
Yeah.
like add different things like attachments and stocks and barrels and stuff,
Ooh,
which would be
that would
really
be
cool.
scary. Just that looked like a jump scare part right there.
I'm not a big vampire person, but this game actually looks really good.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. It's usually like the whole zombies. but
Yeah. Yeah, that looks fun.
Comes out on
That does
Game
look-
Pass too.
Ooh, so it'll be easy to grab, snag up. Yeah, that looks really good, really good. I haven't heard about that at all.
Yeah, no, and that's one too. You guys just reminded me of it with the Atomic Hearts, and I was like, there's another game that's coming out soon that I'd been kind of looking forward to, and it was Redfall.
Yeah, it looks good. Well, I'll definitely have to play that.
So, my question, I guess I have a question for you, Sinister, since you're a Fallout guru. But what would you love to see in the next Fallout?
Do you mean like setting or?
Yeah, setting, anything, mechanics, anything
I've-
differently from like 4, like an upgrade from like 4 in a sense, for like the next because this one I would like to say would be story strictly, just like 4, like they're gonna go back to that whole
Yeah.
aspect. But maybe a whole new setting, maybe different. Like how far after the original bombs dropped would you say? You know what I mean? Because you know how Fallout 76 is a little bit earlier in the the whole whenever the bombs
Yeah.
drop.
Honestly, I've thought about this before, and I would either really like to see one take place in Tokyo, or if it is in the United States again, California. I think seeing like LA and like all the palm trees and the big bridges and stuff like crumbled and everything like
Yeah.
that would be really cool looking. And there's a whole bunch of lore that could go along with both of those places. So I think either one of those would be a really cool setting and would be fun. Honestly, I love what they did with Fallout 4. They changed up the combat mechanics, which felt way smoother in my opinion. It made it so that you didn't really need to rely only on VATS, which was nice. And the settlements were kind of chunky, but it was definitely a good idea. I loved that feel like of building a settlement and getting settlers and like building your camp up and everything like that. It felt like an actual survival game. So really, I think if they just fine-tuned the settlements and made it less janky and like added a bit more to it, I wouldn't change much. Like
I agree.
besides that, I think what they did from New Vegas to New Vegas to 4 was a huge step, especially with the combat. I loved how the combat felt in 4. So, yeah, I think just changing up the settlements a bit, making them better, adding more to it. But I would definitely love to see one in Tokyo or California. I think both of those spots would be really, really cool to see.
There goes Swerve showing off the old Titan.
Yeah. Dude, how far apart is New Vegas and 4? They have to be pretty it's 2011, I believe, to 2009 or 11, 2015?
I'm looking it up. Fallout New Vegas.
Have you guys seen any of that gameplay on the new Dead Island coming out?
Yes.
Oh, dude. That's a
Yes. Yeah, I'm excited about that one.
So New
Bearmaker
Vegas-
asked if you guys would like to see a new Dying Light, but I don't know if he's actually played the new one that just dropped a little while ago.
They were 5 years apart, Swerve.
5, okay. So we're getting there.
Yeah.
We're getting
Well,
there. Fallout 5, sir.
Fallout 4 came out in 2015. So it's been like 8 years.
So wait, what was the question again, Blade?
Well, he said, would you guys like to see a new Dying Light or even a new Dead Island? But I do not know if he's actually looked into that there is that new Dying Light that just came
Yes,
out
and
a
it
little bit
looks
ago,
very good,
and the Dead Island that's coming out.
which also looks very good. I will probably
Yeah,
end up
I'd
playing both.
Do a playthrough on Dying Light 2. Sinister.
I would love
Yeah.
to
I
do
feel like
that.
you would love that.
I love
still
Dying
haven't
Light
finished
1.
it yet.
I thought the story and the gameplay for Dying Light 1 was so, like, it was really fun. Felt like fast.
I love the parkour aspect of those
Yeah,
games,
exactly.
too,
All the
like-
zip lining and everything.
Yep. Yeah.
It was super fun.
That's why I'm a little bit worried about Dead Island. I wouldn't say too worried because the one thing that's different is, they're going to have guns in it where Dying Light didn't. But
Mm.
Dying Light's more, more movement based and you're more, agile. There's so much more you can do. So I'm curious on if when Dying Light 2 comes, if we're going to miss that aspect or if we're going to kind of just readapt, it's like going from the exosuits in Call of Duty back to, normal boots on ground
Yeah.
type thing. The
Mhm.
whole ordeal. It's like people like the exo suits at first, but they were ready for that change. But I don't know, like what if it's the opposite with that? I don't know. I'm excited. I want to, I want to see how it goes, but I hope that that's not something that holds the game back. Is people wanting to be more, agile, more movement, and kind of so on.
Right.
Mm.
I think it'll be
But,
fun.
Yeah, no. That's why you can always go and if you prefer Dying Light, go play that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They say.
I'm definitely excited for that Dead Island though. That game also was a big game I played when I was younger, and it was fun. Blast.
Like 10 years in the thing, right? When that trailer first dropped back when like the Xbox One came out,
Mhm.
2014, 15, I remember that trailer. And it's like the dude just jogging with the music on and there's like
Mhm.
the whole apocalypse going on in the background.
Yeah.
He's just doing his workout.
Yep.
Another game that was like super good was that what was that other zombie game that you could craft a bunch of different
Oh,
things like
in the
Lego,
mall?
yeah, in the mall.
Dead Rising.
Dead Rising.
Dead Rising.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. That was a phenomenal like series.
That was
of
super
games,
fun.
actually.
Yeah.
Was it Dead Rising that just came out with a new one? That no, I don't think it was Dead Rising. I remember. I think I have a game, like
Dead
a new
Island?
zombie game that I was playing. Can't remember what it was, but
I remember.
we were gonna play it together. Swerve.
I think it was because I know Dead Rising 4 was the most recent one.
Hmm.
And that dropped in 2016, surprisingly. A little bit ago.
Yeah, you remember that game that I was racing around in that go kart? A couple weeks ago or something.
Yeah, that was Dead Rising 4, I believe.
Oh, 4. Okay, yeah.
But I don't think 4 you can do much co-op in it, if I remember correctly.
No, you can't. That's why.
Which may have held that game back.
Hmm.
But I mean, in co-op aspects, it's not like you can't still enjoy the game. But yeah, I remember when the Xbox One first came out and Dead Rising 3 was kind of one of the original games. And that one was a good one.
Yeah, we sunk a lot of hours into that one too. Well, how do you guys think it's going so far? Like,
Pretty good, honestly. I thought it was going to be a lot more Dead Space than this, to be honest.
lot more Dead Space, yeah.
But no,
Been
we've
able to
been we've been doing good, keeping it going.
going.
We're at like an hour
So-
and 10 minutes
Dead Space?
recorded right now.
What would be what is like your favorite thing about your favorite console? Like, what is that console that speak to you more than the other consoles? Like, so mine's like Xbox, and I don't like PlayStation. So like, I'll tell mine, but I'm asking the question, so you guys got to tell me what you guys think. What sets your favorite console apart from the others?
Console. The UIs mainly. The user interface is always big for me.
True.
I feel like PlayStation is just, it's almost like the difference between Android and iPhone. I don't really have to discuss much about that, but it's like people prefer the one over the other. And I feel like Xbox is just, it's right there, it's like simple,
Mhm.
like the iPhones, and PlayStation's like the Androids where there's a lot more that you can do, but you have to like figure it out yourself type thing. It's not like right there in front of you. You got to kind of go deep dive a little bit. I don't know. PlayStation, I feel like has gotten more cleaner in the aspects with PS5, and I haven't seen too much on it, but Xbox has just always been more simple for me, and just I've liked it more. It just looks better in my opinion. But
Do you
that's why we have opinions.
do you think maybe it might have stemmed from like the fact that maybe you have more time gaming on an Xbox than you do a PlayStation, and you're more
Yeah.
familiar with that UI and that trying to like, cause like me, I'm a Samsung guy, but if I try to go over to a phone, like cause I started
Yeah.
out on Samsung, so if I try to go to an iPhone, I hate them. I can't
Yep.
figure it out. I can't do it that way. So I think that's where mine stems from too with the Xbox, because I'm an Xbox guy and trying to go over to PlayStation. I can figure it out, but it's difficult. So I like kind of pull away from trying to play on PlayStation.
Yeah, no, that's definitely where it's from. It's because I have so many years of experience on the Xbox. And the Xbox One, like the whole Xbox the jump from Xbox One to the Xbox Series, they still kept the same UI.
Mhm.
So it's, it wasn't really much different except the hardware itself. Whereas I don't know if I think PlayStation changed their UI from 4 to 5, if I'm correct. But I know the UI looks a lot cleaner on 5 than 4 in my
Mhm.
opinion.
It does too. What about you, Sinister? You still thinking up there?
No, yeah, I think I'm a little different. I like both consoles for different reasons. I like Xbox for social, like the social side, like playing with friends. I think it's a lot better. But I like PlayStation more for just like solo games and stuff like that. I think it feels smoother and looks better to me. But to be
Exclusives, too.
completely honest, since I got my PC, I haven't touched a console a single time. So I'd have to say PC overall, but console I'm pretty equal on both. I have different likes for them for different reasons. So
Who do you guys think has the best exclusives?
I'd say
PlayStation.
PlayStation.
PlayStation. Agreed. Agreed.
The thing I like about that is some of those PlayStation exclusives are on PC, so I'll be able to enjoy that now. Like Spider-Man, for example.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yep.
but definitely PlayStation. That's why it's like weird to me that when Xbox does have its random exclusives, they either flop or they're just like bangers. Like Sea of Thieves is one that I'm like, I feel sorry for PlayStation users because it's such a good game
It's an amazing game. Yeah.
and they can't experience it. But there's games like that on there for us that I don't even remember that are exclusives, and I'm like
For
God of War.
PlayStation, I think my favorite PlayStation exclusive was the Infamous games.
Oh yeah.
Those were
The
good.
old, those were amazing. The dynamic of those games was crazy. Like everything you do changes the look of your character, makes you
Yep.
evil or bad, and it was just those games were amazing. And I'm really disappointed that they don't have any talk about making another one, because I think those games could have went far.
Yeah, and it's like because I'm trying to look up like PlayStation exclusive series, and I know like there was one, for example, in like the whole Soulsborne um series with like Dark Souls and all that. There's that one on there that's an exclusive, which is Bloodborne, which is like probably the one of the best that they
Mhm.
say, and it's like the whole um it's like a Victorian era Dark Souls type game, but that I'd never played that, and that's one that looks awesome. I know you played it, right, Blade?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, that game was fun. There's this one vampire game that just came out too that was pretty good. Um, Coming back from the talking about how we haven't actually played games with a lot of vampires in it, but it just came out recently, maybe a couple years ago, but it was a really good one. I can't remember the name of it right off the top of my head. But
Was it Vampire? Because I know there's a game that came out a few years ago.
oh
Just
yeah, Vamp
called
with a Y in it, with a Y in it.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. That game was pretty fun too.
I heard that was a good game too, but I never played much of it, or I never played any of it.
Yeah, I have it on the Xbox, but I got into it, and then like I get into games and then I fall off of them pretty quickly unless I'm grinding. I can't. It's really, I think it's part of my ADHD sometimes where like I can stay on a game for so long, but then I kind of just change my grind up. Like I was Fortnite grinding a lot, and now kind of pulled away from Fortnite. Went to Sea of Thieves, but I'm sure I'll go from Sea of Thieves back to Fortnite. But
In the same
that's how a
way.
lot of my games go. Like I don't finish a whole lot of games, but the games that I do finish, they're obviously pretty good.
I'm the same exact way. Especially as I've gotten older, it's hard for me to just like push myself through a game. Like if I'm not feeling it, I just stop playing it. Like I've tried playing Cyberpunk like 3 different times, and I just like lose interest. I tried Days Gone, I lose interest. It's just like that's why I've been loving Red Dead and I was loving Fallout, is because like those games just captivate me from the get go, and I can just continuously play it and have a good time.
Yeah, Days Gone was another one too. I grinded it for a couple hours and then I just stopped playing it.
It became very tedious. I liked the story and it was fun, but it was like, especially for an open world game, it was basically like, oh, you're going to go to this mission and fight these bosses, and then you're going to go back to this camp to replenish your ammo, and then you're going to go over here and do the same thing, and then you're going to go back to the camp and get more ammo. And it was just like, it was just really annoying going back and
That
forth
reminds
all the
me of
time.
Mafia 3.
Mafia
say
1,
one of
2 was
Yeah, go
crazy.
ahead.
Like Mafia 1 and 2 was like super good, but 3 it fell apart. I feel like that franchise just fell off at 3.
You
I
guys
know
can keep
they
talking. I'm
talked
going to go to the
about
bathroom real quick though.
I'll come with
Uncharted.
you.
Look at that
Uncharted.
Nuka-Cola chair.
I know. That's a fire Nuka-Cola chair right there too.
Uncharted was that was probably my favorite PlayStation exclusive. Because I played that one, I would say, when I got the PS3, back when we got our PS3s, that was one that my older brother, Rob, was buying. He was buying Uncharted, so I was playing that. Besides Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah, Modern Warfare 3, man. That Bermix mentioned in chat that he'd like to see a Modern Warfare 3 remastered in the future.
Yeah, kind of like how they did the first one, and do a multiplayer too. Like it was sad when the Modern Warfare 2 remaster came out and there was no multiplayer. Because I know if there was at the time, I'm not sure which Call of Duty was out at the time, but that Modern Warfare 2 remaster would have had more players on it than that current Call of Duty at the time.
It would have. And I'm sure Modern Warfare 3 would bring back that but I want him to keep in like the multiplayer that OG gold camo. The OG gold camo, dude. Like that game was crazy.
I love that camo, dude. That one and the Black Ops 1 gold. That's a good conversation. The best gold or diamond camos.
Yeah.
Or our favorites, I should say. Did you ever play The Last of Us at all? Or any of those?
I did not. I did not play any of them, but I've been watching Courageous on Twitch. He played quite a bit of The Last of Us, and it looks like a very great game, very good. I can see what the hype is all about it, but I never got into it, never played it.
It makes me want to play it with the whole TV show coming out now, because I know that
Yeah.
game's getting ratings. Numbers are skyrocketing on that.
Yeah, that show came out and it was not a flop. Like a lot of video game shows and movies that come out, live action like that, they flop fast.
What are we talking about?
The Last of Us.
Oh, have you guys seen that? There's a Fallout TV show coming to Amazon Prime,
That's a instant banger.
and they have leaked photos and a trailer of. They released photos of the set of like the vault setting and everything. Looks insane. I cannot wait.
When's that supposed to come out?
I don't know. They haven't announced it yet. They just finished. They just announced that they finished filming it like a week ago. So I don't know, a few months maybe they might release it. I don't know. But
That
I'm
reminds-
excited.
I know, Blade, me and you were at one point, we were excited for the Paramount Halo series. Did you ever watch the first series or season of that?
I did not. I have not.
Because I never heard much about it after it dropped. Like, there wasn't really hype, really. Like,
I heard it was good, but they canceled it. They're not bringing a season 2 back. And that upset a
Oh.
lot of people. That's probably why people stopped talking about it, is because they already said they're done with it. They're not making a season 2.
Probably
Yeah,
didn't
they
get as
probably-
much as they wanted.
Yeah.
It probably costs because with doing a game like Halo, like bringing a game like Halo into the movie area, I'm pretty sure that probably cost them a lot to
Yeah.
recreate things like that, and they not a lot. Like Halo's a very popular game, but like a lot of gamers now don't know a lot about Halo. Like Halo's not widely talked about anymore. I don't see a whole lot of like hype about Halo with the new Halo that came out too. I don't see a lot of people playing that new Halo. And I feel like it's kind of fallen off, and I feel like that could have played a part in their ratings not being as high as they figured that would be.
I feel like ever since Bungie, Bungie and Halo split, it just Bungie
It's
last
just-
worked on Halo Reach, right? I think so. I think that
Mhm.
was their last one. And, ever since it just like when Halo 4, it kind of made that little switch to where it was a lot faster paced. It started to feel like not Call of Duty, but like it was, kind of getting to that point. And that was probably, I wouldn't say the downfall, but I never played Infinite. Did you like this? You like the story to Infinite a lot, huh?
I did like the story to Infinite, and the open world aspect of that game was crazy. That was a very good one. And that was another one that really wasn't hyped up though. Like it was I don't think a lot of people liked the change of aspect to that one, but I really did like that one. That one was a good one, but it definitely didn't top the charts of like. I would
Mhm.
still probably rate it below like the Halo 2 and Halo 3 and Reach and stuff because it just didn't captivate me like those ones did.
I sent some pictures to the group chat of some of the behind the scenes photos of the Fallout TV show, like the actual setups.
Dude, so speaking on Halo Infinite compared to the other ones, I think the problem with a lot of open world games for me nowadays, if it does not captivate me like right then and there, I will drop it. And that
That's
was
how I
the
am.
problem. Like with, and it's like Halo Infinite, I'm like, okay, it's open world, but I'm scared that I would get bored in it because, like I said, Halo used to be that. It's almost like the transition from Dark Souls to Elden Ring. It used to be like you got point A to point B, and you got to get there, and you got dudes in the way, or you may have like a little detour, but you knew where like you got to the end.
It's
you knew where you were
guided.
going.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like you had all these side quests and stuff like that. So, for example, Hogwarts, the most recent open world game I played, could not put it down, dude. Dude, I just couldn't, man. Like, I had to complete that game, and it's that game of the year for me personally.
That's how I am with Red Dead 2 right now. Like, I know it's an old game at this point, but like actually sitting down and playing through it, like I have so much fun. Right now, I think I'm 6 videos ahead of where I'm supposed to be because of Red Dead 2. Like, I have 6 videos pre-recorded. I just need to edit because I can't stop playing the game.
That's awesome, dude.
Like,
And
it's
that
just so
was
much
game of
fun.
the year. It
Yeah.
was back when that dropped. So, and I remember playing it too, and I was like, game of the year.
Yep. It is so much fun.
The Red Dead 2 storyline was it was so good. It was so good. It definitely played with my emotions a little bit too. Like that was one game that made me like kind of sappy in it. Like a lot of games can't do that to you, but
Yep.
it engulfed my whole brain into it. Like I was like a cowboy. I was a cowboy.
It's a roller
It's
coaster
fun.
in that. It's a ride. And the cool thing about it too is like when I first played through, I was a good one. Like I was a good guy. But I could do like a second playthrough and I hear like there's things that you can do in it, like with certain side quests where you could just kill the dude who's, you're doing a side quest for and it's like boom, over. You
Yep.
don't get like any of the stuff for it or anything, but it's like, your reputation is, going down the drain because you're just this gunslinging outlaw who just don't care. And I seen like a video the other day too on it where like this guy he just went to like every town and killed all the sheriffs. And I was like, okay. It's all like, all right. Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro, I can't put that game down. It is so fun. It is so good. Like the story of it, like Blade was saying, is just so good. I'm barely into the story. I'm 12 videos in, and I've barely touched the game, and it is just one of the best games I've played already. It's so good.
And if you guys don't think that it's not that good, you can literally see up there Sinister is trying to manifest his inner right there.
Oh, I should make a short. You guys have seen the TikToks and stuff of like one day of watching this show, and then like
Oh, yeah.
1 week of. I should do that for playing Red Dead 2. And by the end of it, I'm just like, Arthur, I have a plan.
You just mold into Dutch. Dude. Get like a whole cosplay outfit.
Yes.
And then, like, the last day, you're literally Dutch.
I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna do that. That's gonna blow up. You watch.
Yeah, dude, that would be awesome. Dude, for real. And that's crazy. I've been seeing some because of your shorts, dude. My whole YouTube feed, like shorts feed, is just Red Dead 2 stuff. It's like they have that one song. It's like that one classic song that they
Yeah.
play. I can't remember the dude who makes it, bro, but they're just so awesome. And they're just like, they're not specifically on the game, but they'll be like, I don't know, I gotta find one. I'd have to send them to you guys, but yeah, they're awesome, dude.
That's
I'm like,
funny.
people are still making funny shorts, dude.
Yeah.
Red Dead 2.
Dude, I post the
Mhm.
stupidest shorts now because they do the best. I realized, like Red Dead 2, any stupid horse moment, I just throw on YouTube and it hits like 1.5K views
The
immediately.
one
That
where you
one-
punch the horse.
Oh my god, dude, that was so funny. I didn't even realize until I was editing the video that I had punched my horse right there because I was so focused in the game on fighting that one guy.
He just throws the hook.
My horse's head is all.
All That's funny.
God. It's such a
That-
fun game.
I thought it was hilarious when you named the horse, and didn't you name it your mom?
Yeah,
That you're
I named my
always
first
riding.
horse your mom, so I was always riding your mom, and then it died. And then I got another horse and named it your mom's mom, so now I'm riding your grandma technically.
That was hilarious. I really enjoyed that one when your horse just kept going in circles.
Oh my gosh, dude. I don't know what it is, but on
So
mouse and keyboard, there is some bug where if you're sprinting with your horse and barely tap left or right, your horse just does circles. And I couldn't get it to stop. It was so aggravating. Especially during that chase mission where I'm chasing Jamie down. Oh my goodness, dude. My horse would not do anything. It was like playing Ezio.
No, seriously. That man, dude.
He just does
Especially
whatever he
Assassin's
wants.
Creed 2.
Yeah, he just does whatever he wants.
I'm like looking at a list of upcoming games, trying to see some that I haven't seen. Like I see the Ghostwire Tokyo. Have you guys seen anything about that?
Yes.
I've seen it on TikTok. Some things about it on TikTok. It looks really good. The one game I'm excited for after playing the beta, though, Diablo 4. I feel like they
Yeah.
can do greatness with that game, but in the beta, it was buggy. It was super buggy. But if they can get the bugs figured out and add some, they're gonna be adding like more things to it. But I'm really excited for that one because it didn't give me a Diablo 3 feeling to it, because they definitely changed up a lot of the attacking feel on it. But that's a game I'm pretty excited for. I'm ready for that one after playing the beta. It locked me in. I was grinding.
I'm curious too, because I know that like when I was watching it, it has like the graphical advancements of 3, but it reminds me of 2 with like the scenery and like the aesthetic.
Mhm.
Is that how you feel, or like what
Yeah.
do you think? Okay, because I know Diablo 2 that's what I played. Like I played Diablo 2 back in 6th grade or 5th grade, I believe. That was like one of the first PC games beside like Roblox and stuff. That's when I first was introduced to Diablo.
Yeah, and I don't know if this was any of the others, but you can like climb up the ladders now and slide down little what is it, inclines. You can slide down them and stuff into different areas, and I don't know if that was, they added that in there, which was crazy. But I don't think it would top my Diablo, like the Diablo 3, the way that it gives me that feeling of, um, I don't know, um, being able to kill all the monsters like you can in Diablo 3, like the builds that you could have in Diablo 3. I don't know if they would be able to top that feeling in
Mm.
Diablo 4, but they could really do some good things with that one. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for that.
Were you locked in like a specific act for the beta? Was it just like one act
Mhm.
that you were in the whole time?
You
Okay,
were
because I was like, that act is definitely it's more dark, which I don't have a problem with at all. But I remember Diablo 3, there was a couple areas that were like a little bit lighter, like the little I think Act 2. So I'm just I love
Act 2,
scenery
yeah.
in the game, yeah. So I'm curious on how many acts there's gonna be and how they're gonna go about that.
Yeah, I hope they give like a little brighter scenery to it. Because my favorite scenery I think in Diablo 3 was the being up in the heavens up
Oh,
there.
yep.
That one was kind of where they're waging war between hell and heaven right there. And you
Mhm.
got the demons coming in trying to attack everything, but then you got the lights of the heavens still there. And that one was pretty cool for me.
Yeah, Diablo 3, it was when I originally played it, it was like when I was first playing Elder Scrolls Online. I didn't really understand the builds completely or like how to maximize my build. So I was just, not like butt mashing, but kind of because
Yeah, yeah,
it wasn't like I was comboing my my hotbar, for example, like my skills correctly. And that was probably when I was like 15, 16 years old.
Because I
Um,
remember we used to play Diablo 3 together when we did the co-op on there, and we were just running through the story. We didn't really go through any of the builds or riffs for that matter and try to grind riffs. We just went through the story. But as soon as I started watching it on PC and played it on PC, I was like, "Whoa, there's a lot more to this game than what we thought there was."
yeah, it's not just because it's like I don't know, those overhead type I don't know, how would you call that game? Like, not like a third person or first person is like
Top
Oh, I
down.
would, yeah,
top, yeah,
top
okay.
down, yeah. But it's like it's weird because it doesn't feel like a top down type of
Yeah.
game. It's like, but it's definitely I would classify it as a top down for sure.
Just a heads up, we probably got like 10, 15 more minutes, then we should wrap
That's
up.
what I was gonna say. Yeah. I don't. So let's talk about the podcast. What do we have? Um. How do we all think that this one went, and what some things that we may change? Do you think? Like, for instance, I think that if we can keep our topics going like this, maybe we could shorten the time limit of the podcast down a bit.
Yep, definitely. It might get
Um,
harder as we go. I don't know. We'd have to I think it went well. Um, especially with chat's help and stuff. Maybe just a little more loose planning. Just like throughout the week, talk about like bring up like 3 different subjects so
mhm.
that we can touch on.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. Like we kind of like tonight maybe we could think of some things that we'd like to talk about, and then
Mhm.
all three of us go and research, find some articles that we've got
Yeah.
on it, so we're more like based in what we're gonna be talking about. We all know we're on the same subject.
Yep.
We can all put our opinions in.
I'm down. I agree.
Yeah, like, we could each come up with, different topics. Um, but yeah, no, I think it went well.
hmm
Felt
I
It's
think
smooth.
kind of went how I expected. I mean, for our first one, we pretty much said that we were going to just roll with it and roll with whatever comes off, and
Yeah.
we didn't stick with one topic. We talked about a lot of different things, which was really cool.
Yep. Felt very
I,
good. Flowed well.
I enjoyed talking to your beautiful faces.
me as well, though. And that's I don't really have any I guess criticism really regarding what we could have done differently. I think where Sinister said, just kind of come up with, a little bit more, YouTube blade. I'm not sure which one of you guys brought it up, but just coming, having a little bit more research on specific topics and, just so we can flow to the other one a little bit quicker and not just have that little bit of dead air where we're just, what should we talk about?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Right.
got like so we did definitely had a couple of those times in this one where we were like, okay, so how are we gonna progress this? And then someone would come up with something like that. But I think it would be a lot better if we had like 3 different topics where we start off with the first topic and then we talk about it and we go like make it last that whole hour, hour and a half. Or
Yep.
so,
Yeah, like what we could do is we could have, like you said, like 3 topics, and we all have like our different takes on it, do research a little bit. And then we could also, each one of us, maybe have our own take or topic that we could bring up and see how, just like out of random, maybe, I don't know, just kind of, like for
Mhm.
example, I could have a topic on, this is just completely random, but it's like, like, so what's your guys' favorite sports team or some stupid thing? And just kind of you guys give me, some ideas or, you kind of get what I'm
That'd actually be really
Kinda like-
good. Like, I think if we all like still talked about it, obviously, so that we all knew about it. But if like each one of us came up with a topic, and then let the other ones know so that they had like the week to think about it or whatever, and then bring it up, and that's what the episode is about. And we just pick different topics every week or something.
Yep.
I think that'd be good.
I really enjoyed this though. It was
Yeah, this was a
everything
lot
that
of fun.
I wanted.
Yeah.
This was
I
a good
get that.
time.
Yeah. So what should we talk about? Not just kidding. No.
You guys like Marvel movies? No.
Did you say
Payday 3? That's gonna be a game
Payday 3?
to be announced. Yeah.
Oh,
Remember how janky that game was on console?
yeah.
Oh
It
yeah.
was like definitely meant to be a PC game.
Dude, yeah. I'd never played it on console too, but I did play it on PC.
Oh, it was terrible on
Years
console,
back.
dude. The aiming and everything was so bad.
Yeah. I got into Payday 2 on PC, so I have no idea how bad it was on console.
Terrible.
What are you guys's your end of the year goals? What would you like to see from all of your content making? We can wrap it up with this.
I told you guys a little bit before we started this. My goal by the end of the year, I would like to be at 350 subs, which I think is doable. I think that'd be a good goal for me to hit. Besides that, content-wise, I would like to, like I talked about also, I wanna start vlogging a little bit. I want to do like tier lists and challenges. I have a lot of ideas for stuff I want to do, so just keep an eye out.
Keep an eye out. Everybody. You heard it right here. He's got some surprises coming.
What about you,
What do
Swerve?
you got? What do you got, Swerve? I know
You know,
you took a very good liking to that streaming aspect last night. I watched you when we were doing the hot sauce challenge, and really, like, as soon as you saw that chat, really, like, you saw the chat was talking, and like, boom, it's content creating time right
Put on
here,
the
right now.
YouTube Yeah. That's a good one. I think for me, end of the year goal is to, I would say for my YouTube, but I'd say at least 100 subscribers. That's, if not 50, 75, anywhere in between there. I don't want to set my goals too high, but I also don't want to set a time limit on it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because what if I don't reach that goal? How am I going to feel by then?
Right.
But also strive for that goal too. You know what I mean? I can set a time limit on it, but it's not like it's a life goal or any. I mean,
Right.
in a sense it is, but it's like if compared to putting a time stamp on a life goal, that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
Mainly that, probably 100 subscribers at least, and then for Twitch, man, to get started streaming, and then hopefully be affiliate by the end of the year. Just even that,
Mhm.
50 followers, and at least affiliate. That's a goal right there. And I think I could reach that even before the end of the year once I get started.
Oh yeah. Especially if you join the groups and stuff in Discord groups and stuff, it'll
Mhm.
help you a lot. You'll get there. What about you,
But yeah,
Blade?
no,
With my Twitch, I want to 1,000 followers by the end of the year, and a concurrent, like, active 250 subscribers. I feel like would
yeah.
It's a good goal.
be there. And then I also want to, I fell off from making shorts and getting content put out on TikTok and YouTube, but I do want to eventually pick that up, and I'd like to see at least probably 50 subscribers on YouTube by the end of the year, because I'm not really like pushing my YouTube right now, but I feel like that would be a decent goal, 50. And in all honesty, I could care less what my TikTok's at, because
I literally just throw videos on TikTok to re-download them as shorts. I don't give a shit about my TikTok at all.
But yeah, I feel like with all your guys' goals and our goals, we could easily get to that.
Oh yeah, especially if we keep up the grind like we have been.
Yeah, and you guys are some legendary content creators, and I enjoy sitting down. Usually, when I get to watching your guys' videos, it's at the end of the night, and I'm laying down, and you guys always give me some laughs, and be right before I'm getting ready to go to bed. So I think you
appreciate
guys
that.
can really get there. Just gotta keep grinding.
Yes, sir. You too.
Yeah,
Every time I hop
it's-
on the stream, it's always a good time. So
Yeah.
it's attainable.
Chat was saying that they really enjoyed this podcast, though.
Oh,
They
good,
want us to
good.
keep up the podcast.
Well, I guess I'll explain this to you before we wrap up. I think what I'm going to do is edit this throughout the week and then release it next Saturday, so they'll be able to see the full uncut version of the podcast on Blade's stream every Saturday, but then it'll get edited and posted the following Saturday on YouTube.
Okay, that's a good idea because then we're kind of, how do I say it? We're kind of one behind, so that we can still.
Yep.
They can catch up. They can keep catching up.
Yep.
That's a good
So
idea.
we're making a channel specific for the podcast, correct?
Correct. It's just going to be called
Okay.
Brain Overload. And actually, after this, I will have to make a new email and stuff, but then I'll send both of you the information so that we all have it to get into it.
Okay.
Be awesome. I'm excited.
Excited.
Guys, we got a nice little future for this little
Yeah,
podcast.
that was a good first episode, I think.
It was, guys. I'm excited.
Well, if you guys made it this far, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel and leave a comment down below letting us know what you guys would like, any topics for us to talk about, how you guys feel we could improve on the podcast, and we'll see you in the next one.
Peace out.